Okay, I've come to my garage to attempt to work. I don't need this. I'm by myself. But I am anticipating going to be needing this because I'm going to clean up the cabinet, which is, I'm allergic to everything, and I'm sure that it's going to get me going if I don't wear this. So come prepared. I'm going to see if we can get Freefall to work. That's the goal. Kind of clean it up just a little bit, make it a little more tolerable, get the air, that smell out, get rid of all, like vacuum it out, and see if we can clean it up a bit and get it going. That is the goal for today. So let's see what happens. First thing I need to do is get my cart back so I can put Freefall on it. Okay, time to do a little bit of cleanup into this cabinet, just make it a little more tolerable. I can see the dust particles flying around in the air. I'll be wearing my mask, and I even got some rubber gloves somewhere. They'll be probably good to wear. And vacuum it out, get rid of the nasty that's in there. Mouse nest or whatever the hell that is. Mouse poop. And yeah, give it some breathing room. All right, here we go. Okay, I hope that was enthralling video footage there. but it definitely feels a lot less nasty now. You know, it's definitely better than it was. Couple things I noticing here. Some tape on the tilt bob. Tilt bob is missing. Speaker paper is blown out. There's a red wire here that needs to go into a connector, just not sure where yet. There's some tape on some of these connectors, but I think that is just people trying to label them. These are not hack repairs, but that's okay. I know where the connectors go. Yeah, this goes into number 6. And there's some mouse poo. Ouch. So add this to the garbage pile. Speaking of garbage pile, this is pretty much what I pulled out. Mousies were using this as nesting paper, it looks like. And what do we got? Société Canadienne du Sang, whatever that means. Some paper towel and a piece of chalk. So that's garbage. But one mouse poo at a time is my strategy with this game. All right, so next what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to probably, man, there's so much, look at this. More I just found. This coil here, its winding is busted. So that coil is certainly not going to operate. Okay, so, and it's a little, no, it's a lot rusty in there. That's not going to operate. And yeah, under that apron's going to not be pretty. Then there's some more tape going on here. There's a lot to do on this machine. But, oh look here, there's where the red wire goes. Here's the other piece of it. It's been hardwired to this pin here. And also, if you look closely, this pin here is completely bent out of shape. But we can bend that into shape. Now, I'm still, I don't know, optimistic. Look at this. The bridge has been replaced and put up here. As long as the other 2 bridges are okay. Fuses, I brought my meter so I can check them. Oh, and these 2 pins are actually almost touching. So, yeah. Okay, I'm not expecting to get this game to boot and play, but I'm going to see how far I can take it. And I think with the speaker looking like that, there's not a lot of hopes for that. But I do have a speaker at home if I needed to throw it in there and see what happens. But here, look at this. It is in real rusty, rough shape. And one of the diagnostic switch wires is off. I think that's for diagnostics. I could be wrong. So, yeah, with every busted wire, I feel my odds are getting less and less. Power switch. How's that looking? I don't think I have a fire extinguisher in here, so that might be bad if I want to try and power this guy on. But I don't know. I'm kind of crazy that way. I could power it on for a second and see if we get a little explosion. All right, this is definitely not looking too promising, but I did bring a couple spare boards. We can plug in the power supply and test voltages and start from there. Let's do that. I'll stick on the head once I can stop the recording, because I got to take my glove off because my screen won't register my finger. Okay, my internet provider is down today. I'm not able to really send text, phone calls, and now I just realized I can't get on the old interwebs. So I was going to check what the specific red wire is for on the left, and then I found this yellow wire on the right. This connector here goes here, and then this red one jumps onto the left pin, and this yellow one, or white one, jumps onto the right pin. So I'm not sure what those two wires do without being able to check. That's J1 on the power supply. So what I'm going to do, well, I checked the fuses. They all are working. I didn't check the bridges. Probably should have did that, but I'm going to plug it in right now. And I thought I'd record it and see what happens. Then, before attaching the head or anything, we can at least see if we have proper voltages going to the power supply. So, you keep an eye on that while I go plug it in. Let me know if anything bad happens. I'll tell you when I'm ready. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Anything? Okay, so also I just discovered there's no ground pin on that plug, so yeah, that's extra sketchy. Okay, well, now I'm going to power on the machine. I'm really scared about this one. 1, 2, 3. Please, I'm scared. Okay. We got general illumination in the coin door. We have no explosions. So that's a good start, I guess. I mean, we have something. So let's take a peek and see if we can measure the voltages on the power supply. See what we're getting. I don't know. I'll find a ground plug there. It would be nice to have the interweb so I can remember all my voltages. Does it say here? Okay, that's just the fuse values. Because some voltages are AC and some are DC, I think. Well, let's see what happens here. So I'm going to throw in DC voltage. And we'll go to test point 5. And it looks like we are getting 39 volts. That's probably correct. Test point 4. Getting nothing there, so maybe that's an AC voltage. Let's see what happens if I go to AC. 7 volts AC. Okay, that might be right. I just don't recall off the top of my head. Here's test point 3. 16 volts. Test point 2. That's our high voltage for our displays, 181 volts. And I think the next one should be 230 volts, maybe? No, 6.3 volts. Okay. Well, nothing there seems too sketchy. So I think I'm actually going to, what should I do next? Put on the head and connect J3 to the power supply. And then I'll connect everything but the MPU and then test the voltages on the solenoid driver board. That's what I'll do next. All right. Alright, so I just gave obviously the playfield and head a bit of a vacuum. That bolt was giving me a bit of a trouble, so I thought it might have been the bolt, so I switched it for another one. Okay, so what I noticed is that this is the speech board. I didn't realize it plugs into the lamp driver. That's interesting. It looks a little worse for wear. I'm probably going to unplug that. Just take speech out of the equation entirely. The displays, they're not looking all that... yeah. Whoa. Hello. Wait. Oh, I thought that was a hole, but it's just major corrosion. So I'm probably going to disconnect all the displays and pretty much just wire it up to the solenoid driver. Maybe I will use the solenoid driver that I brought over. Or I'll test this one first just to make sure it doesn't blow up. And because I don't want to blow up my solenoid driver. But, you know, as nasty as this is looking, the CPU is actually good. You know what? Did I bring my clippers? I think I brought my clippers. Didn't I? Where the hell? I usually bring clippers. That's the problem with having, you know, I didn't bring all my tools. So obviously I don't have everything I need, but I wanted to clip the battery out just for good measure. Maybe I'll needle nose wire it off. Hey, look at that. Needle nose plier it off. This is not the most recommended way of doing things, but this is Pinball's Shenanigans. What did you expect? Right? There we go. Now, like, that's a really clean CPU. So this is a great candidate for restoration. It might need possibly new headers. That one was bent pretty good, but who knows? Let's do some more connecting of stuff and then take it from there. Okay, I don't know. I thought maybe you want to see this part in normal motion, but look at this. This is the big connector, J3, on the power supply. And yikes. It has... I really should just repin it all, but you know what? I just want to see what I can do today, and I'm not repinning because I don't have all my repinning stuff right now. So that's got to go to the power supply. And then this, I believe, is for the speaker. Okay, so what do we want to all plug in here is the question. Let's see. Hey, it's so conveniently labeled. 3 goes on 3. And this guy is J1. And yeah, just really hooking up the solenoid driver right now. That's about as far as we're gonna go. We'll reseat the other connectors. Oh, I almost got my glove in there. All right, reseat this guy. And reseat this guy. No, I already installed him. Reseat him anyway. Okay, so this is, I believe, for the lamp board here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see any harm in that. I don't see any harm in putting that on. And this is for the other lamp connector, so why not? Okay, and then this is for our MPU up here, but we're not going to do that just yet. Let's just see what happens right now when we power this on and bust out the meter. Okay, I'm starting to get itchy. My forearm's getting itchy. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay. Do I need to plug in J3 in order to get power supply to the solenoid driver? I may. So we'll check. We'll check anyway, just to see. Oh, getting itchy. This is my worst favorite part. Worst favorite? That is millivoltage. At least I know this should be 5 volts. And this should be 5 volts. Okay. I actually do think I have to connect J3. So let's do that. Why not? I'm going to make you watch this part because I already got lots of editing to do. So, what do we got here? This looks like goes for back box illumination. The displays are disconnected, and this might be, that's power to the MPU. So I don't think we're gonna deal with those right now. All right. This screw just won't go down because I think the T-nut is missing. So I can't pull up on the apron to lift the playfield. Okay. Whoa. That prop bar has been up a lot because it's starting to wear the wood right around here. I actually once put my prop bar in that hole that is designed for, but it's been used so many times and the prop bar was sharp and it poked right through my playfield. I think it might have been Electronimo, or no, I think it was Trident possibly. Poked right through the damn playfield. Okay, so this may be where the fun ends because this is a friggin' disaster and I'm not going to be able to get all my connections going here. I'll be able to get all these guys. It still has the locator pin in there, so I can't really screw up where it goes. Do you see me struggling here? I'm gonna go on the other side. The struggle is real here. Okay. That looks like it goes together, right? Or does it not? Maybe that's the problem. That looks like it does go together. I can't tell for sure. All right, we'll try one more time. Okay, here's my problem. I'll show you. This is, I know, not very enthralling. So this for sure, here, let's get rid of this out of the way. This for sure goes here, because you see the locator pin? You cannot put that anywhere else, okay? Now the question is this guy here. If I had my manual, I could find out very easily if this orange white wire goes on this last pin or not, because I'm having a hard time getting it to connect there. So is that right? Now, if I turn that on and it's not right, then we have a big problem. So I have to figure this out. Give me a minute and I'll see if I can. Hey, look at that. I didn't need the internet after all. I have a Stern Nugent and I just kind of was like, I wonder if it has a manual. And boom, the first paper I opened up was friggin' transformer wiring schematic. So what I was able to find out is there's J3, and that's what all the wires do. What I found out is that, look at this. This is pin 20 here, and that's white-orange. And pin 20 is a white-orange wire. Yay! So that means that this is connected properly. It also means that this red wire in the middle here, let's see what the red wire does. Okay, so red is straight up red. So general illumination 11, is that pin 11? About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that just means we're not going to have general illumination from this red wire here, so I'm okay with that. And then I'm guessing pin 1 is this green disaster. Oh yeah, general illumination return, green. So those two wires that are disconnected from here are just general illumination. So that's good news. I can plug along on this, and then we'll reconnect this guy, J1. And what is pin 1 of J1? I'm assuming it's going to be red. J1, pin 1, red. Yep, general illumination. So that's okay. That just means we want to have illumination. And then number 6 is solenoid bus. Uh-oh. In order for our solenoids to work, we're going to need to connect this wire. So that means I won't get solenoid voltage going to the solenoid driver. And if you're not getting solenoid voltage, your MPU won't boot up. So is that this white wire number 6 is solenoid bus. It says blue white. Now that doesn't necessarily apply to every Stern, but because this is definitely white, so there's no other wires in the mix, so this has to be our solenoid. I wonder if I do have, oh, that was my tripod, tried to kill me. Let's put this right here. Okay. So I could use a jumper right here, although this jumper gauge wire is probably not quite the same gauge as this white wire. Does this seem precarious or what? I agree. Okay, so we don't want, this is quite the serious hack. Can I just get rid of this or no? Okay. So what I could do that if I need to. So let's connect this. Holy shit, the machine is turned on? Are you serious? I've been doing all this with the machine on? Wow, how did I not die? Okay, let's turn it off. I'm alive! Yay! Happy days. Oh my god. Holy shit. Yeah, because I just plugged that connector in and the GI came on. Like the coin door lights. See, when I turned it on, we got lights. Yeah. I've been doing all that live. Oh my god. That is just nuts. Okay, you just witnessed me survive. So thank you. I'm alive. Yes. Life is good. Okay. Now that we have J1 and J2 connected and J3 connected, we just won't have general illumination, which we do not. We're not going to have displays, that's disconnected. So all we should have is some voltages going to the power supply. All right, this is probably the most boring video ever, but oh well, it's something for me to do. I'm trying to take off my glove. Okay, let's test some voltages. Okay, I imagine, say, 100 people started watching this video, and there's might be 3 people left at this point. So, to you 3 people, thank you, and sorry about your luck. Just kidding. Okay, let's press on here and see if we got any voltages now. All right, can you see okay? Here, I'll put that up like so. I don't think you can see F all, but I'll tell you. Okay, here we go. Did I turn it back on? Yes, it's on. We need 5 volts right here. Hey, we got 5 volts. And we need 5 volts right here. Uh-oh. Oh, really? What? Why aren't you giving me 5 volts there? Okay, so test point 3 and test point 1 are both supposed to be 5 volts. And only one of them is, or was. Yeah, there it is. And that is why, when you do modify your solenoid driver, you actually jumper test point 1 to test point 3. There's a perfect example of why you do that, because one is good and the other is not. And let's see, this top test point, I think that's 12 volts, 14, yep, that's actually good. And then high voltage, I don't really care about that. We're not testing our displays, although that seems to be good. And that's 257 volts of fun. Well, where's the 43 volts? I forgot to check that. We need our solenoid voltage is not going to be here, right? Because you have to jumper that connector. All right, so I don't know. We're slowly making progress here. Let me see if I can get some solenoid voltage and then maybe try and get the MPU to boot. That will be the most fun part. I actually misread that. J1 pin 7 is actually feature lamps. Pin 8 is general illumination. So that means that I swear every time I read this it's different. Anyway, it's not solenoids. So I jumpered it. Okay? I don't know if you can see that, but I don't think it matters because I don't know. I think that we're going to be okay for solenoid voltages is what it basically boils down to, even though I didn't quite get my 43 volts. But I don't know, all my test points memorized on the solenoid driver, so I'm just going to shut up and turn on the machine because I connected the MPU now, and we're just going to see what happens. Not expecting much, so don't get too excited, but here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we got 7 flashes. The MPU booted up, but we have no feature lamps, no displays, no sound, no general illumination, no nothing. Okay, but the CPU or MPU is booting up. That's kind of amazing. So let me tinker around here, see if I can make any more progress. Okay, what I did was connected this connector here and this connector here, because this looks like it feeds from the MPU going back down somewhere. So I think maybe we needed this guy. I feel like this might just be sound related, but those two are connected now. So let's give it another try and see what happens. All right, count those flashes on the MPU. I'm pretty sure that should boot up again, but we got one more connector, couple connectors now connected. See what happens. Okay, nothing again. Maybe we are not getting our solenoid voltage. Although what would happen is all the solenoids, like drop target banks, would try and reset at the start of the game. And I don't know if the out hole solenoid would fire. I don't think so. But yeah, so I didn't actually try and start a game. Let's hit the start button for fun. Because in theory, the MPU is booted up. We've got just 2 light bulbs. Oh, look at this. How do we have display glow? I thought I had those disconnected. See, a little bit of glow there, a little bit of glow there. And if you stand back, there's a little glow on this one too. So, might have to plug in the displays next, but see if we can add credits. Okay, definitely don't have sound, so we don't know if credits are being added. Now, if I were to hit the start button, in theory, we should hear solenoids resetting. I'll put it over here just in case they do, but I highly doubt it. All right. Nothing. Okay. Well, let's see what happens next. Give me a minute. So, as it turns out, I still don't have internet and can't really just confirm all of my power supply voltages, but I did double check them and I feel like they're all proper and good. And then I remembered my test point 3 wasn't getting 5 volts on the driver board here. Test point 1 and test point 3. Test point 3 was not getting 5 volts, so that's got to screw something up. So I have another Stern driver board that I popped in here. It looks like I already did the some of the modifications to it, tying the negative leads of the capacitors. There's the test point 3 to 1 jumper. That is tying one of the capacitors to ground. That's tying the other capacitor to ground. So, I don't know. Let's see what happens if turn this guy on with that in there. Okay. Getting our flashes. They've been consistently 7 flashes, which is good. Holy shit, that was... Remember I told you when the game powers up, you're going to hear some solenoids fire? Holy shit, it's firing again. Okay, give me one moment. Okay, so the solenoid that was firing was this guy here. Probably because it wasn't recognizing that there was a ball in the out hole, because there wasn't. I should reset the drop targets. That's not ever easy to do. Okay, I'll do that. Or let's just throw good old Rusty in the out hole. And then, maybe, once it realizes there's a ball in there. Wait, isn't there supposed to be 2 balls in this? There is. So, I don't know, let's just power it on and see what happens. I might have to stick another ball somewhere, but this solenoid certainly is not going to fire to stage the ball. But there's that. So until it registers both balls, it's not going to go into attract mode, I believe. So let me work on that. Okay, I've removed the apron. Looks lovely there. underneath there, eh? Look at this. Oh, free fall. So there are 3 switches here, I realized. Okay. Uh-oh, that one's kind of stuck down now. But I'm pretty sure that that means it's a 3-ball multi-ball, and that those 3 switches need to be closed in order for the game to want to be able to start. That's my theory. So let's try this again and see what happens. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6. No, already. Okay, so it's still firing, which makes me think that probably these switches aren't working at the very minimum. What's happened if I put a ball in there? Holy shit! Are you kidding me? I'm in attract mode! It wants a ball there! That's incredible. I cannot believe. Holy shit. I was just thinking, okay, that's pretty much the end of my run. This is in attract mode. Yes. That's amazing. Holy shit. I'm just going to stand here in wonderment for a minute. So, wow. We know we're not going to have general illumination. We have our feature lights, as they're called in the manual. And let's see, do we have displays? I plugged in 3 displays and they're working. And we do have backboxed general illumination right here. And that should be a controlled lamp for player. What does it say on the back glass there? Let's see, it's right by this window here and right here. So that, I don't know what that is. I'm not sure. But, wow, that's some pretty good progress, actually. Let's try and add credits now. Okay. Yay, attract mode. So there's definitely something weird going on here. Well, that's just a 2 missing. And then the top row of segments. This is the high score to date. And then, I don't know what this represents. 10101. That seems like just bad data. But that doesn't concern me all that much. I don't have the credit display plugged in, so I don't know if I have credits or not. Maybe this light is indicating that we have credits. Maybe that's what that is. Okay, well, I'm gonna hit the start button, but for sure, that kicker is not gonna knock the ball into the outlane. But maybe this solenoid will fire and put a ball into the shooter lane. All right, so let's see if it goes into the shooter lane. That'd be pretty cool. I hit start. Might be the end of my run. The displays have not indicated I started a game. Can I... Here, look. That'll be why that switch wasn't giving me credits. See that? So, let's just jumper these 2 lugs together. And that should add some credits. That'll close the switch up a couple times. Okay. And if that didn't work, let's try this guy. Okay. I'd like to think I added some credits. Let's try this again. Let's hope for that ball to end up in the shooter lane. 3, 2, 1. No dice. Okay. I have a feeling that that's about going to be as far as I can get at the moment with what I've got tool-wise. Definitely some pretty good progress. We know the MPU is good, surprisingly. Lamp board's good. And solenoid driver needs some attending to. We can't really know much about the sound board and speech board because I think that speaker itself is shot. We could always bring a speaker back. Also, there's a wire here that's supposed to go into this connector. I'm not sure what that wire does yet exactly. But I think that is going to be for, let's see, it's gray, red. Probably might just be for one of the general illumination strands, I think. So that's probably nothing. But pretty good progress all in all. I just wish I could start a game. Well, I'm going to tinker around for another minute. If I have any more luck, I'll let you know. But otherwise, attract mode. Yay. Okay, I realized that it makes no sense for the ball to be in there. It just wanted to make sure that there was a ball not in there. So I cleared that ball out and I stuck them back in here. Because that is not firing anymore. So that guy's happy. I don't know if these switches are happy, but I feel like maybe, just maybe, we might be able to start a game. Okay, let's add some credits. Jumper these switches together. One of them should work at some point. Okay. We got our displays. Still doing the same thing. Okay, we're in attract mode. 3 balls in the trough. All right, let's see if we can actually start a game. Start button and that solenoid. Ready? Ow! I had high hopes. Why? Okay. I may not give up just yet, but I thought that might have worked. Okay, I think I am going to wrap it up for now. I did one last ditch effort to see if it was, related to shitty connectors on the MPU, the male headers. So I put in my Alltech, which I already had set to this game. And it has the exact same behavior. Still in attract mode. And can't start a game. So I'm just guessing that it is basically just some wiring. Either to the start button or the switches in general, or the coin switches. But we've got some pretty good progress. We've got the MPU, the original MPU is booting, and track mode. So that's definitely a good start. So I think that's where I'll stop for now, though. Okay, I think I did another pinball shenanigan. I was starting to pack up, put the original CPU back in, and I'm looking around and I see a connector on the old solenoid driver. I bet you guys seen that and were screaming at me. So maybe that was my problem all day long. So I just connected that onto my good solenoid driver. Well, here goes nothing. I just can't see how that would be responsible though. But you never know. Because how was that connector tied to the start button? Uh-oh, I hear something. Oh. Ooh. Uh-oh. Okay, I heard some other solenoid trying to fire, but it sounded like it might have been stuck. Like maybe something like this. I heard and if it seized, then it can't actually do what it's supposed to do. But okay, so that's a little different behavior. Basically, I got some more solenoids because this wasn't working before. I don't know. Let's try this yet again. There we go. Adding credits the fun way. Imagine we actually just heard some sounds. Okay. Let's just look over here again for fun. Nothing's changed. Oh wait, it's 101 now instead of whatever it was. That could just mean I need to clear out the memory on the CPU. But this wires off the diagnostics here. I wonder if I can get into diagnostics. I don't know. Let's hit the start button and see what happens. Come on, baby. Ah, you bastard. I didn't have that high hopes, but I had slight hopes. Okay, well, I don't want to say I give up, but I'm going to put this on pause for now. I need to do some research and, you know, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, all right. That was the last take, I promise. Maybe not. Okay. I don't know if you see the state of the game right now. But, yes. That happened. Again, it's just my own stupidity. Trying to add credits a million times, so even with this wire off. And as I'm like kind of wrapping up again, I'm like, well, maybe this switch isn't going to work if this one's disconnected. So I jumpered this to here, added some credits. I even connected the sound, the speaker right here, just to see if we get sound. Oh, there's something. I'll leave it just humming in case you can hear some sound fluctuations or something. But so I jumpered that, added credits, and then all of a sudden I heard the drop targets reset. And this tried to kick the ball over a couple times and failed. But the second try it actually did work though. So we're in game mode. Oh, 3 zeros, isn't that cute? I thought I just looked and it was 2 zeros. But we are totally playing the game. Alright, let's see what happens here. This plunger's just a little bit stiff. Oh, almost got the ball up. Let's see. Okay, well, let's see what happens here. No pop-upper. No pop-upper. Oh, in the thingamajiggy. Do it! Do it! Oh, you're not doing it. Oh, hey, look. We got a light. Oh, 45 is flashing over there. Definitely don't have sound. Slings. Oh, hey, look. One sling works. Flippers. Hey. Flipper elevates. That one elevates too. Just a little bit stiff. What about you? Will you fire the ball out? No? I know, I've seen this solid night. Whoa, there it goes, there it goes. Let's see. Hey! Oh, and one of the pop bumpers does work. Oh, that was center post, I think. Or was that flipper? I don't know. I didn't see. Okay, why don't you work? Maybe you just gotta wait for a second. Maybe it's saying something. You must run away light. The 15,000. No? Okay. Manual. Boom. Oh, is it going to kick out another ball now? Or is that switch not registering? I'm going to assume switch is not registering. This one maybe. Okay, well let's do it manually. Bloop, bloop. And try it back in here. See if we can start a multi-ball. I highly doubt that. Get up there! Alright, fine. We'll go the old-fashioned way. Oh! Why did you lock up there? Supposed to go down here, aren't you? Okay, just give you a little help. Then, boop, boop. Gotta make up my own sound effects. Let's go 3 up here. And away we go, multi-ball. Or not. Okay, they use the same ball walker. Oh, ball walker mech on like Flight 2000. Hey, there's our multi-ball. But that out hole solenoid's definitely not going to move. So instead of closing that switch and trying to get it to fire, just leave those out. But hey, how did we do? U 4-5-ish for you again. Not a bad score. Cool. Well, I guess we got it to work. Boot up, play, and we didn't try these DKE switches though. Oh, I think, did E just go out? The spinner. This looks like Knight Rider spinner, doesn't it? Spins pretty good, actually, all things considered. Huh. Gate here. Well, oh look, we're lighting up stuff. Lighting up stuff. These are not resetting. Not really surprising. Okay, well, I was being stubborn. I did not want to give up on this guy. In terms of getting it to at least try and start a game. So, mission accomplished. Pretty sweet.